Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. This very point in time, you've been inundated and blasted by marketing campaigns from Xbox, PlayStation 4, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. And that's going to be the topic of today's video. We're going to talk about the actual sales numbers that are coming to light for all four of those things in the United States. You've already seen some of the jabs that PlayStation 4 has taken at Xbox One in their marketing campaign thanks to this guy, primarily before the absolute 180 that Xbox took on several of their policies, including topics of used games and the always online requirements. The question is, with all of this crazy marketing that we've seen, including countless Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghost trailers, how is that actually affecting pre-sales for both the next-gen consoles and Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty Ghosts? Thanks to the mystical powers of the internet, we could take a look at a website called VG Charts, which will give us access to some of this data, more specifically, the pre-sale totals, which you see here with this chart that I combined various streams of data from VG Charts and several articles that are written on the website. The first major thing we're going to be looking at is green text pre-sales up to the 14th of September, United States only. This is also no PC sales, which has always tremendously favored the Battlefield series when it comes to sales on the PC side versus Call of Duty. The major portion of this chart is self-explanatory. These are pre-sale numbers up to the 14th of September in the United States only. And of course, all of the consoles are there, both current and next gen. The first column is highlighted with the weeks till release on it. The next column is copies sold the previous week. And of course, the big column is total sales to date for that title release. Now, the bigger story here is the game sales total. The gap is quickly closing between the Battlefield and the Call of Duty franchise. Several games ago, it used to be 2.5 Call of Duty sales to every one Battlefield sale. It improved quite a bit with the release of Battlefield 3. And now you can see, based on these pre-sale numbers of 1.23 million versus 856,000, the gap is closing even more. And these numbers will all quickly skyrocket, even though this is simply based on the United States. It's a known fact, as games get closer to their release date, the pre-sales numbers pick up even quicker. So what you'll see is some of these numbers quickly skyrocketing once we reach about 4 to 5 weeks away from release. I'll be curious to see if Battlefield and COD keep this same gap in the United States, or if it starts to widen favoring COD, or Battlefield 4 starts to close it. It'll be even more interesting to see what happens when the PC sales start to come to light. And then, of course, once the game is released, it's easier to track the actual sales numbers across the globe. But VG Charts specifically tracks the United States for the software side. Europe and Asia is not considered in this. And the last part of the chart is in the bottom right, and it's just a little bit dated. August 28th, United States only. Those are your PS4 sales versus Xbox One sales. The gap is starting to close a little bit. That's 600,000 favoring the PlayStation 4 versus the 350,000 favoring the Xbox One. A couple weeks before that, in their reversal, the gap was absolutely massive. So Xbox doing the complete 180 has definitely helped out their sales. But is it too little, too late? Or can they still overtake PlayStation 4 in the United States? And don't forget, this is not considering the European or Asian markets. What do you guys think about this information? What do you think about the marketing strategies that Xbox One, the flip-flop, and some of the marketing strategies that Call of Duty and Battlefield 4 have had? Do you think they've been working for Battlefield 4? Do you think they've been gaining enough traction versus the Call of Duty franchise? Based on the numbers, it is working. It is closing the gap. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to provide some links down below for you to check out some of these data streams over on VG Charts, because I'm going to be taking a look at this in a couple weeks again to see if these numbers start to skyrocket as everybody else anticipates the release of Call of Duty Ghosts, Battlefield 4, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you soon.